So welcome to tutorial 3. We're going to interact with the objects in our game, and we're going to start using and start putting in a bit of code into our game. Now, code can be put into two places, either directly on a node. You'll see here on the node that we've got this C. If we type on that C, this is the code that we can put specifically for that location, or we can put our code in this global menu at the top here. So this symbol that I'm outlining, and this code would affect the player anywhere in the game. That's why it's called global. So on the tutorial PDF, I've talked about adding some code if the player picks up the spacesuit. Here's our spacesuit, and carries it around. At any time in the game, they may try to use the spacesuit. In fact, that's not what we want them to do. We want them to wear the spacesuit. But for the moment, let's put a global condition, so wherever they are in the game, if they try to use the spacesuit, we want to give them a message. So we tap on the word if at the top, if, and then we select the verb. In this case, we want use. So if use, and select spacesuit, then let's have a message. So I tap on message over here on the right hand side, and this is where we can put the message in. Our message is going to be, what do you want to do with the spacesuit? Exactly. So we want them to start thinking a little bit more about what we need them to do with the spacesuit. So I tap on the tick to confirm the message, and tap on the tick on the bottom right to confirm our code, and there it is. If use spacesuit, then message, what do you want to do with the spacesuit exactly? We can save our game, and then we can play it and test it. So I will go west to the airlock. I will get the spacesuit. Great, I can go anywhere else in the game, and at any point if I tap on the bag, select the spacesuit and tap use spacesuit, or I can type it down the bottom here. So I have a choice when it comes to the word use. In this case, I'm going to use the icons here, use spacesuit, and it then gives me the message. So that works really easily. Now what we really want the player to do is wear the spacesuit. So I'm going to edit my game again, and they could of course do wear spacesuit anywhere in the game. They're carrying it around. So in the global menu, I'm going to create my own verb, wear. So I tap on the plus here for verb, and I type in my verb, the verb that I want to create. In this case it's wear, and I confirm that. So now I can say if wear, so I go down the list and find my verb wear. I've got two of them actually. I have actually done this previously. I'll delete one. If wear spacesuit, and the message will be, you pull on the spacesuit, over your clothes, you feel like a real astronaut now. And again, we can confirm that, confirm the whole code there, and then we can go back and save our game, and we can test that. And as I said before, we can do this anywhere in the game. Get spacesuit, and I'll do it straight here actually. Now let's wear, that's our verb that we defined, Where spacesuit? I don't have the spacesuit to wear. That's interesting. Let's see what I've made a mistake then. Ah, spacesuit has got a space in it. Wear space suit. There you go. So be aware that I actually had a spacesuit created with a space in the name, and the Adventure Creator required me to put in the name correctly. And this is part of what you're going to be doing with your games. If you make a mistake, you're going to have to go back and find them. See you in the next tutorial, which is part 2 of tutorial 3.